Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to a game called Echo. Now, this is a game that came out a long while ago, and I never really got around to playing it, but it did interest me. Now, I've already seen this intro, I haven't played any of it yet. This menu is actually really cool. It reminds me a lot of the game Singulus, being the eyeball and everything, and actually looking around where you are looking. And I'm really off the bat, I love this kind of stuff. But without further ado, let's start.
All our songs were about it. A magical place of life without end. A palace of untold wonders. But only for the worthy. So our lives were desperately dedicated to qualify. Pinpoint perspective on the great reward. Only I never wanted to go. Those words alone could mean death. So when I ran, I knew it meant never stopping to catch my breath. If I wanted to live. And so it was. Yet here I am. The place I spent my whole life escaping. I feel like shit.
Of course you do. Your wound has healed. The pain is from the stasis and will pass within a week. The nausea will linger, probably intensify when you start to realize that more than 100 years have passed. Everything you knew is gone. This is not another one of your running away from home excursions. Your grandfather won't send someone to pick you up this time. That's all gone now.
So you decided not to like me. But you've had a century to plan what to say, and that's it? How about you screwed up the best deal we ever had, or you come waltzing in here giving orders, or even Foster died because of you, you stupid bitch. I don't like me much either. But I can fix this. I can bring him back.
I don't know how you hope to achieve that, little miss, but I suggest you start your efforts by laying back down. Loss of motor skills is common even for experienced long haulers, which I suspect you are not.
I suppose you had a long time to mull things over. Nothing I can say will change your mind.
Very, very strange camera angle. Um, so I don't know anything about this game at all. The only little bit I know is that based on like the pictures and stuff, there's other Qs that are around, and then they learn from you.
So where is he?
He? Oh, you mean the cube? Yes, I had a very good look at that while you were asleep. I think you're in for a disappointment. Nothing suggests any sentience. No interface to access the thing, nor any reason to do so.
Like,
There's nothing
oh,
in there. It's just a pretty cube.
If we knew how to operate it, we wouldn't have had to come here. This is how I see it. You don't answer to my orders, and yet you took us this far, so clearly I'm not the only one hoping that I can achieve something. I can work with that.
Not hope. Respect. For Foster. God knows why, but he wanted me here. The stupid lighter proves it. I suspect staying wasn't even an option, considering how you stumbled on board covered in blood
Yeah. Respect, then. That'll work too.
But this cube we talk about, is it the almighty cube that all three models start with? The powerful, all-knowing cube? God, it's so slow. So far, this is a very pretty. So, where are we? The cube.
I need a suit.
Okay, apparently in a suit.
I don't see anything but ice.
It's not
I just see white.
We can even trust what we see. This whole planet eluded detection until about a week ago. No visual cues, no gravitational pull, nothing. Even with the exact coordinates, I nearly missed it.
We're looking for a palace.
Why am I not surprised?
Give it a rest, will you? Can you see any structures on the planet?
You're looking at it. It's all one big structure, planet-wide. No palace, though. I'm guessing it's some corporate state's illegitimate mining project from the pre-requisition rush. That would explain the heavy clouding measures. The planet is most likely depleted of all resources. An empty shell. Hope the old man didn't pay too much for the coordinates.
You have no idea. Just get me down there. I'll go see for myself.
It's so bright.
You should get off the surface, too.
What a strange place. It's impressive, really.
Snow tracks.
I'm an
Real quick, this camera sensitivity needs goo. Oh, that's for controller. I don't want controller. Oh.
enabling the suit's assist mode to compensate for your inexperience.
I have circle. What is circle? Can I drop? Where am I going? Ooh, what's this? Heat to interact.
There's something here. It must be some sort of release mechanism. Did you hear that? It's definitely doing something.
Oh, more release mechanisms? I need to get the... Okay, I guess that was the last one. What is going on?
Look, there's an opening down there. It's too far to jump, though.
The suit will soften your landing if charged sufficiently.
And if not?
It will stop you from leaping. The suit reads your intentions from your synaptic activity and receives commands from your voice or eye movements. A bit archaic, but Foster trusted that suit with his life.
Cutting edge doesn't go well with space travel. The journey here alone made the suit an antique.
It's not the suit's performance that worries me.
Advanced use tab. Energy suit meter. The suit stores energy in cells. The cell meter visually visualizes your total capacity. The current cell's massive triangles. And charged, the hollow triangles are empty. Oh, interesting. So okay. So those are my energy meter. Yellows are like how much an action costs. Like if it turns yellow, that's how much it costs. But then you always have one that is always able to be charged. Is there really no way to function? Oh, that's to actually see. But there's no way of actually fixing. Wait, do you turn that down? Does it? What? Okay, it doesn't look like there's any way for me to change control settings. I...
It's falling apart.
Well, that is not good.
It all looks strangely warped. I wonder how long it's been here.
A composite like that should last forever, but it all looks ready to crumble.
It must be ancient.
Oh, here we go.
This place was made for humans. It's not just a machine mine.
Most digs have a basic infrastructure if human presence should be needed. Probably also rudimentary living quarters. Doesn't mean anyone was ever here, though.
Gramps believed the place to be untouched by humans. A palace built by long-lost technology, patiently awaiting its first human inhabitants.
The Vex.
And you figure this is no more than a bootleg mining operation. Got to appreciate the contrast.
I generally lean towards plausible explanations. Your grandfather, well, everything he believed in he made up himself.
I don't know about that. He had the coordinates right.
Look around you. This obviously isn't a palace.
Your man might have gotten some aesthetic details wrong, but he wasn't the kind of person who'd risk everything without some kind of proof.
I really wouldn't get my hopes up.
How do I turn down the volume on the commentary track?
You are overconfident. Immature people often are. You should be taking notes every time I open my mouth.
Eh. Now this would be a cool place to be in Destiny. I would love... Imagine having now Strand, like... Oop.
Slippery.
Imagine having Strand and like swinging
How
around
exactly
here.
are these structures then? Have you seen others like them since you're such an expert?
I've had my fair share of halls based on wild speculation. It doesn't
No,
matter
I'm
if
through.
it comes from desperate need or delusions of grandeur. There's never anything there but bitter disappointment.
Was this with Foster?
Before Foster.
I got the feeling you two have been together for ages.
I've been crisscrossing the spur for 1,000 years. Foster was with me for a century and a half.
Okay, so I can climb small ledges. Good to know. This place does look really cool, though. Hello? What's going on with my helmet? Oop. Guess face visor went down. Get me off the stairs. Get me off the stairs, please.
If you've only been with Foster for a century and a half, you hardly knew him at all. I mean, we've been traveling together for a century, and we only just met.
100-year haul is quite the extreme. Foster's longest was 16. I knew him plenty.
He trusted you, and said that I could too. That you would help me.
Foster didn't leave me much choice. You don't mess up a job for your grandfather and then team up with the person you were sent out to get in the first place.
You could have just handed me back.
You really are naive.
I think you're doing this because you believe there's a chance to get your friend back.
You're so caught up in your homemade religion that you're oblivious to common sense. I warned Foster about you resourcefuls. Best not to deal with your kind.
Why did you then? Get involved, I mean.
Foster disagreed. And gold makes for a powerful argument.
True that. So, I'm going to guess Foster's like a grandfather or something like that. Or somebody of importance to me. Or like related to me in somehow. I don't know who this person I am talking to is. Some sort of AI or something.
There must be a way inside down there. That looks like some kind of landing bay.
It looks like nothing of the sort.
You know, you're nothing like I expected from a friend of Foster's. Such an odd team.
An old rescue vessel from the Requisition and a man without a past. None of our marks knew what hit them. And then we were gone. The stuff we pulled off. You wouldn't believe it.
I believe it. I was one of your jobs.
A thieving rich kid with a gambling problem hardly qualifies. I got the brief. Not much of an extraction, really. No one giving a shit about you where you dug down. Only challenge Foster could see was that your grandfather wanted you to willingly hand back whatever it was you stole from him.
Grandfather.
You're wrong about everything. Even Foster.
I seriously doubt that I am. He was good, Foster. Always had his eye on the ball. You may think you knew him, that he felt sorry for you, but he would never let that happen. I don't know what went wrong that night, why Foster died, but I'm sure you don't understand much of it either.
Sorry, I didn't mean to threaten your romance.
Cute.
Big circle. Okay. That looks like a big door.
Finally, something.
It could be nothing. You never know that.
It's stuck. I need some force. Does the gun pack any punch? Wow, I like it.
Oh
Taking it
no.
offline to preserve energy.
Gun costs energy cells. That's not good. God, this place is dark.
I'll be damned. Are you getting all this?
I'm with you.
He was right. It all looks completely untouched.
It's beautiful is what it is. Ooh, what's this? There's nothing there. Okay.
You were right about the palace. What's the plan now?
We get Foster back, and then we leave.
I was hoping for something more specific.
I suppose we're looking for some sort of apparatus like the one Gramps had.
Would that be the Soul Sucker?
I'll know it when I see it.
Even if you did find the thing, this place is dead. What mythic technology might be here is now useless.
We just need to power her up. Tell her that we're here. I can feel this is going to work out just fine.
Shouting.
Hello? Anyone home? I'm moving down. There must be some sort of power below the halls.
Let's... Anything up here? Can't wait to get into the juice of this game. Because I think this is supposed to be like a stealth game.
Hello?
Is this just a mirror? Okay. Actually got good mirror reflections.
I recognize these. They look like the stone faces at the gates between the garden terraces. Maybe it's a door of some sort. We called them gatekeepers. They were supposed to make us ponder if we were worthy to pass.
You're not getting through without power, and this place is dead.
Just gotta flip on the circuit breaker. Anything back here? Is that just stairs? That just looks to be stairs. I'm trying to sprint, but there's no sprint button. Let's go. Anything over here? Nope. Just more locked doors, apparently. Descend. I guess I just need to go down.
Look at that. It's a voice.
It looks like a tuning fork.
Yes, obviously. The resourcefuls call them voices. Strike them and let the true tone interfere to find clarity and enlightenment.
Ah, of course.
What?
What does that mean?
The suit detects a pattern to the sound, and the decryption is kicking in.
Anyone home?
So, what does that do? Can I, like, replicate that sound or somehow? Big door.
I bet that's an activation mechanism for the door.
Place key.
Now, let's see.
Nothing. What a shock. Looks like you might be joining Foster after all, just not the way you imagined.
I don't get it. What Gramps did to hundreds of resourcefuls for this? I saw it the day I came to you. The subject lies down on a marble surface with a strange silver pattern. And the silver unfolds, pierces the skin, and slithers inside. In about half an hour, it consumes everything. And all that remains is an empty slab of marble and a newly formed cube.
No.
He called it the translation. The flesh and the soul shall enter the palace through separate doors. We said it 1,000 times, never realizing. I didn't catch Foster's soul in a magical cube. He was dying, and I translated him.
You killed him. The fact that your grandfather did unspeakable things doesn't prove he was right? That Foster can come back? That's insane!
It was the only chance we had, and believe me, I'm good at chances. I gamble for a living, remember? That's how I've stayed alive all these years after leaving the gardens.
Well, this time it didn't pan out. Look at you now.
You think I'm giving up?
Well then. Thank you for opening.
Do you see that? The dim glow.
The activation of the door must have triggered a chemiluminescent. Not uncommon for evacuation purposes.
Oh, this is a big hallway. That.
This place is huge. This
Yes, it
hallway
is.
alone could easily house all the resourcefuls that ever were.
You finding anything here without coordinates would be a miracle. I compared the quarters you're in now with the overall structure of the planet. The palace is everywhere, all the way to the core. Huge sectors separated by the outside structures you were in.
As much as I would love to go down there and explore everything, yeah, let's just go down this way.
I'm getting some local increases in energy emission.
Know what it is?
Can't tell. It's not radiation. One of them is close to your location. I'll pin it to your HUD.
Ooh. Legit triangulation.
I've got to give it to him, the old man. This place is spectacular.
Indeed.
Nothing but an infinite palace would suffice for you resourcefuls.
I wish you'd stop calling me a resourceful.
It's what you are.
I had the training, but I never bought into Gramps' vision. I never wanted any of this.
Yet here you are.
I was 6 the first time I ran away. I hiked for weeks to see what was beyond the gardens. When I finally reached the wall, Gramps was there waiting for me. There's nothing out there but people living like animals, fighting to please their immediate needs and desires. They have no ambition, no perspective. Why fight to get the best out of the little time you have on Earth when you could be fighting to have much more? He went on about the wonders of the palace, but he had already lost me. All I could hear was the blood rushing in my veins. I wanted that. To fight for the here and now. I decided that I would do whatever it took to make that happen. So I went back with him, to follow the training, figuring I'd need it to get away. And I was good. He called me his prize. Before the turn, I ran, just shy of 15. I've been out for 7 years now. Not really what you'd call a running away from home excursion.
Not really, no.
London, you've got to believe me. Foster was a bloody mess and wouldn't have made it out alive. None of us would if I tried to escape with him like that.
He gave you the lighter, so he must have wanted me to take you here. But he would never buy into your grandfather's delusions. It's so far-fetched it almost makes me sick.
So my big question right now is, what the hell are resourcefuls?
Is that a throne?
Looks like it.
Look.
I guess it has ass sensors in there.
This must be it.
Place is really cool. I wish more games did like big open areas.
It looks exactly like the thing that made the cube.
Something's not right. I'm picking up a whole load of anomalies.
Uh-oh.
London? Foster? Foster? Are you doing this?
Ben, I thought I lost you. Massive power surges are blazing through the outside structures. And the gravity clouding nearly tore me apart.
She's waking up.
More like malfunctioning. If those reaction veins cross... Wait, what's that? Something's wrong with your HUD.
I think it's the cube telling me where to go. It happened when I put it on my back.
Unlikely. The suit is hard-coded and all blocks capped to the minimum. No room for adding to or altering the code.
Hey, you never know what it can do. Open.
See that? The suit's being enabled to interface with the palace. Maybe it's Foster trying to help.
Foster was many things, but not a systems physicist.
Why are you still denying that we have a chance? Everything around us is a marvel.
Everything around you is critically unstable. I think the whole place is malfunctioning. You should be getting out of there.
Well, why would I get away from all this beauty? It's so pretty.
Look, I got a new waypoint, and it's a lot closer.
Okay, but I do want to go to the other one.
Not that way, evidently.
Okay. Okay. The door says no. Oh, I guess that door then. Door saying no did kind of startle me though. Anything worthwhile behind this door? Okay, don't know what that did.
Look at that.
The orb. Okay.
Did you see that? It charged my suit.
I don't know what sort of holographic phenomenon that was, but it was extremely compatible with the dual retention system of your suit.
Oh. So now I can take a far fall. And I use my energy. Great. Anything over here worthwhile? Let me guess. No entry? Death. So the orbs.
There are more of them.
Power for your suit won't be a problem. The outside of the palace sectors burn red hot, but even inside the walls and floors I read a buildup of gravity charge.
Why would anyone need power on a scale like that?
I hope it's not part of the malfunction. Overcharging would be catastrophic.
Always seeing the bright side.
Oh no, there's multiple doors. You. What's that? Okay. Oh no. kind of... That's a no. That doesn't go anywhere. Cool. Oop. Another tuning fork. There anything going on with these? There's nothing. Okay. Got no entry. Okay, and good. My fear is not non-existent because I was thinking it was going to be like an infinite room.
This is bad, N. The palace system's shut down, but it's still charging. The jewel mass is nearing the Dirac child limit.
That felt horrible. I couldn't move.
It was a massive energy discharge. It must have made your suit brace.
The lights have stabilized.
The discharge kicked in system processes planet-wide, but it's producing a lot more energy than needed. Building up charge again.
Okay. That kind of creeped me out. So, I'd rather have the lights on, please.
Another discharge.
There's air now. How is that possible?
I don't know. The chemical composition of the environment was altered in the blink of an eye. That must have been what the energy buildup was for.
Oh no.
What the? Flowers? They weren't here before the blackout, right?
No, they were not.
I guess it's part of the welcoming package.
Thank you? Question mark? What is it this time? Something...
What's that?
Can I step on it? Can I scan it? Okay.
Look, there are more of them. Everything is so neat. Weird how it scatters these chunks all over.
Yeah. Also, these blackout things are getting annoying. Stop it. Oh shit. Here we go again.
What the? This one moves.
Worse, it's alive. The sphere appears when humans or animals are detected in close proximity, but this...
No thank you. I don't feel like dealing with, like goopy things. It's getting pretty big.
What are they? It can't be Foster, right? I mean, the palace did try to read the cube and then malfunctioned. This can't be the palace attempting to bring him back, right?
No matter the intent, that's not Foster. It's not sentient.
It's still goopy. And there's a lot of it.
What does that mean? I get color now.
The suit senses a threat. Yellow means that you might be noticed. Red means you're targeted.
Oh shit. Okay, so as he said, yellow means you're being noticed, and then red just means you're being targeted. You are hunted but hidden. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Close the door. Close the door.
They'll be walking soon. Are you still sure this is a good idea?
I don't want to deal with these guys. You can all kind of go away.
I don't know what's most absurd. The palace populating itself with these grotesque hostiles, or you charging on like you'll be able to survive when they're fully evolved.
I never expected this to be easy.
Don't grab me. Go away. Hi. How are you doing? Just gonna...
What is this?
That's you, N.
But why would it build copies of me?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
It jumped me.
The red spikes suggest that you won't survive another encounter like that.
I don't get it. Why would the palace copy and then attack the first human to arrive? It makes no sense.
The constant crashing indicates deep corruption. Those creatures must be part of that malfunction.
I just want to get as far away from it as possible. Oh, shit. There's more. You were hurt. Getting hurt triggers the suit's restorative support system. This is shown in the HUD as a protruding red sphere of spikes. While the sphere is visible, that it means that you are in critical state. Any further injuries will result in death. Ooh, okay, so let's just not. Just gonna kindly avoid any of these guys. Ooh, shit. Okay, so yellow. Actually, I may be able to go around this way and not be in line of sight of that person. Or that thing. I don't know how extensive their auditory functions are. Oh, I actually need to go in there. I see where I need to go. Okay. Push with F, but cost stamina. Okay, interesting. Fuck you, mate. Okay, apparently I can only have a...
I'm bringing the gun online.
Ow.
Each shot will kill as many as you can line up.
Oh, shit. Right, line up.
Over here.
I apologize. I instinctively hit R in order to reload. Give me that.
They're getting up.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Sorry, but I don't need you bothering me right now. Get that recharged.
I thought you said the gun was lethal.
It is.
So, the palace resurrected them.
Who knows what this death trap is capable of? My guess is things will only get worse.
You really need to work on your motivational skills.
Ooh, what's this? Zero-point phase driver. Okay. Use one cell of energy. Lethal kills any target. Got 50 meters of range. Sound level is high. Oh. Tagging. Aiming at an enemy for 2 seconds will tag the enemy. This tag will remain, but is only visible when the target is within 50 meters. Quick aiming in a direction of the target enemy will snap the reticle to the target's mass. Interesting. Also, I don't know why that one was glowing. Cool. Oh, and it gives you a meter thing. Oh, interesting. Hold F while behind an enemy. Okay. Sorry. Had to be done. Okay.
They're everywhere.
No, there's no way to swap.
I can't see anything.
Use your area scan.
Q? I just phased that one out of existence. Can I do that again? Hmm. Could take those two out. I want to be able to get onto that other side, so maybe I can actually... I'm gonna get noticed for this, but... Nice ragdoll. Hey, you wanna continue following? Oh shit, they can actually see through little pillars. Okay. Shit. I haven't even done anything yet. I'm already messing this stuff up. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start moving around. That slightly worked out a little bit, surprisingly. Yep. Ooh. Fuck off. This is not going to be nearly this easy later on. Okay, so none of you guys actually see me. Shit, there's a lot of them. Okay. You know, I could also potentially just go in guns blazing. Shit, it looks like I'm going to have to here. Oh, shit. Hey, you all want to get attracted by that because it's pretty loud. And okay, you turned around. Thank you.
They're getting faster after each blackout. If they swarm you, use the gun's riot function. It's not lethal like the main driver, but it will knock down everyone in close proximity.
Got it.
Middle mouse button. What? Oh, so this is more like a, not necessarily a shotgun, but more like a wide range attacking function. Okay, you... Okay. We good, we good. I hope I can take one of you out without attracting the other. Would I be able to... Don't notice me, don't notice me. Fuck. I'm here, I have cookies for you. Don't notice anything. Exactly. Like I said, you don't notice anything. I could take you out just... Yeah, probably be pretty important to take you guys out real quick. Especially if you're not going to notice me. Oh god, there's a lot of them down there. Okay. Oh god, there's a lot of them up here. Fuck. Hang on, I want to look real quick. Unlocks. Interesting. Uh... I wanted to see if this has a switch. Middle game functions, yes. Toggle walk. Oh, okay. Oh, it's left shift? Oh, awesome. That's exactly what I was hoping for. There's so many third-person games that don't allow this for some fucking reason. There's a lot of you guys down there. Oh, I should target her. I need to target more enemies, though. Just so I know where they're at. Oh, I could snipe right between you two. It's getting a little bit out there, actually. Come on. You don't see me. You don't know where I went. You don't know anything. Just go away. But then little did they know, I was right here the entire time. I won't grab the energy quite yet. Hoping there was a way for me to get around there. There. I only see you, so we should be safe to actually go down here. Oop. Are you actually still there? Sorry, didn't mean to trigger the door. You're just outside, damn it. Okay. Can't think of any way around any of this, so Fuck it, I have range. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? If I can actually get you to notice me. You can't figure out any way to get up here, so you're kind of just screwed. Charge takes a little bit. Take care of this last one, and then I'll move in. Oh, and all those guys up there are all awake now. Guns blazing, bitch. Oh. Game did not like me getting a triple there. And there's another one over there. Ooh, another tuning fork. I don't know what these do yet, but seems what was that about? Well, that's weird. Like a ghost of myself. Yeah, it's... weird. Can vault over that?
What is that?
I have no idea.
That's what I've been asking. What is that?
It's creating weird imprints of me. How strange.
Strange is the norm in this place.
I mean, true that, but... energy?
The matter is strengthening your suit's ability to retain energy from your surroundings.
Cell crystal. Cell crystals found in the palace is a crystalline. Oh, found in the palace is a crystalline resource, strategically strategic. Oh, for increasing the suit's cell capacity. When you have collected 6 crystals, you get 1 cell slot. Okay. The number displayed in the crystal meter shows the remaining number of crystals needed. Oh, okay, so that's showing me how many I do need. So I need 5 more. I was seeing it the other way, being that I have 5 and I need 1 more. Oop. Another butt plate. Or butt sensor or whatever.
It's closing fast. You won't make it.
It feels like this damn suit is slowing me down.
You're just out of stasis. It's protecting you.
I don't want that.
If you insist, it'll be painful and your range limited.
Hold space? Ew. Ew, having space be sprint is weird. Am I going to change it? No. But it's weird.
What's this now?
I don't know, what is it?
It activated a new interface. I wonder what it's monitoring.
Okay. Ooh, shit.
It's counting down. But to what?
Take you out. Gonna need to push that other one out of the way. Don't. Shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit. Get fucked. Oh. That is a bitch. Reset. Okay, I guess let's go then. We're going to need to start running and shooting, or just trying to avoid these things as much as possible.
I bet the pavilion will open when I've collected enough orbs.
You know, this will just bring back the old Call of Duty days of playing zombies, where you have to like train them all. Fuck off.
Only 4 more to go.
I don't have stamina. I don't have stamina. Shit. I'm going to guess this thing intended me on like sprinting. Fuck. Oh, damn.
What's this now?
It activated a new interface. I wonder what it's monitoring.
It's counting down. But to what?
Okay.
I bet the pavilion will open when I've collected enough orbs.
So let's do this. I can't get a triple. You get out of my way. Oh, shit. Oh shit, they got guns now. Ooh, that's not good. Take you out real quick.
Only 4 more to go.
Oh, baby, a triple. Okay, got nobody following me right now, which is nice. May actually be able to take out this one. Shit. I believe there was one in here, right? Gonna alert a lot of them.
Only one left.
Shit, I don't have the energy. Get on my way. Oh shit, there's a tuning fork in here. Give me. Okay. Just run for it, bitch. Fuck all y'all.
Look, it's decrypting the voices.
Oh, did I miss? Oh, is that like a hidden thing? Okay, so that must be.
Ben, the lift is slowing. You've traveled 55 kilometers.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Function A. Oh. Okay, well, that will be the first episode of this. So far, really interesting game. And I'm actually super excited to play some more of this. I was wondering if I was going to do like just a quick playthrough of this, or if I was going to continue. I think I'm going to continue. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next episode.